And, people try to imitate. Nobody tried to imitate that. Nobody even attempted to imitate that.
You couldn't, because it was such an unlikely source. A Chicano and a half Chinaman are the countercultural representatives. Nah, that's not it. But actually that was.
Yeah, they met in Canada.
We represented that, in Canada. Yeah, so it's like, because the first thing Tommy and I thought, the first time we saw each other, met each other for the first time, we're both thinking the same thought. What are you? What are you? Are you a Mongolian biker kind of deal? I don't know.
Oh,
and he was thinking the same thing. What is it? La Filipino or I know? Didn't know.
And then I've heard the story. You met at a topless bar. You were performing theater.
Yeah, it was his family's bar.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Tommy always started nightclubs so that he would have some place for his band to play. He was always in bands. He was in a band since he was a little kid. Play R&B, blues, blah, blah, blah. And so he always had nightclubs. And so when his band got discovered by Motown and got signed to Motown, he went on the road and he left the club that he was currently doing in the care of his parents, who immediately turned it into a topless bar. And so when he came back off the road, this is a topless bar now. And in the meantime, he had seen improvisational theater when he was on the road. He'd seen Second City in Chicago, the Committee in San Francisco, and a couple other places. And when he got back to Vancouver, he says, I want to do improv theater. I'm done with being a musician right now. And I'm going to do improv theater, but here in this club. So we're gonna keep the topless element because that keeps everybody coming in, but we're gonna do integrate improv theater in that. And the girl said, okay. You're not a stripper anymore, you're actors. Okay.
Oh, I thought you meant like in between. Like,
No, man. Presto, you're an actress. Okay. I swear to God, that's what happened. And so it was starting to go, and a mime artist. And this was the fucking toughest bar in town. I mean, in Chinatown, Vancouver, Main and Pender, still to this day, Junkieville, Winoville, tough place, And so we changed the show on the audience. The audience didn't change. It was still bikers and longshoremen and guys coming out of the woods. Hadn't seen a girl in 3 years, And we sent out the first girl was a mime artist, They looked at it. What the fuck? And then these girls. And then we sent the girls. I guess I wasn't there at the beginning, and they would do little skits, fully dressed, in their street clothes. Because Tommy said when the girls came to work, they'd always look hot in their street clothes, man, a little. Bell bottoms, and when they had their stripper costumes on, they looked less sexy, So they would do some skit in which during the skit they would start to take off their clothes. Uh-huh. And before, when the guys weren't even looking at it, and then they come out and dance, they had a band and they dance, and every once in a while they glance up, but at this they were glued. They were glued to the stage, man. It's like watching these girls slowly take off their clothes. It was this whole other experience, man. And there's some music going on, and then there was other actors coming in, guys coming out, long-haired guys talking to them while these girls are taking off their clothes, and they didn't know what to do. they didn't know whether to get mad or get hard, So it was this interesting combination. And then I met Tommy. I was introduced to him by some other guy, and I started writing for the group. He hired me as a writer because I told him I was this great improv actor from L.A. and I gave him this whole fucking line of credits. It was total bullshit, but he bought it, and so I started writing for the group. And I wrote him a couple skits. They did right away. Okay, cool. And so then I was watching the show, and I would do all these parts when somebody could make it. And then the troupe fell apart because all them people wanted to go to the hills to get their heads together. I had been to the hills. My head was together. My pocketbook wasn't together. So Tommy and I stayed together and formed this duo.